Hey guys, so I'm here for my November wrap-up for this video, the books that I've read, and it's going to be kind of fast and not very detailed because this month I had time off of work, so it was kind of slow at work, so I got a lot of reading done. So I will just get started. First, I had a book for review, Vixen by Gillian Larkin, which I enjoyed. It was something kind of that I didn't think that I would like for some reason. It just didn't seem like my type of story. But I really did enjoy it. And by the last couple of chapters, it drew me in so much that I cannot wait for her next book to come out. And it doesn't come out until like mid-2011, and I hate that when you're reviewing books, because the next book doesn't come out for like forever when you get a head start on a series. So I enjoyed it. It's coming out December 14th, and it's about the flappers in the 20s. It's 17, 18-year-old, and the chapters rotate between three different girls, Gloria, Clara, and Lorraine, and music, drinking, clubs, love, family responsibilities, all these things come into play, and like I said, you know, I just enjoyed it. It's just a pure love read, you know. I don't know how to explain it. It was just light, good. I read Sisters Red by Jackson Pierce, which I loved and would recommend. I read The Iron King, Daughter, and I got a copy of The Iron Queen for review. Iron Queen is definitely my favorite. It turned me a little bit into Team Ash, but I'm still kind of holding on for Puck. I'm still more Team Puck, I think. But Ash is a sweetheart in this one. And we will all swoon. Luckily, that's coming out pretty soon, so the countdown is on. I read Paranormalcy by Kirsten White, which I also thought was a light, fun, crazy book. I kind of describe it as the Men in Black, but with a blonde teenager instead of the Men in Black out capturing crazy creatures and containing them. Loved it. Just entertainment. These stories they're coming up with today are just crazy. Next one I read was crazy. It was Bleeding Violet by Dia Reeves, and I loved this book from the first paragraph. I do kind of like the quirky, I don't even know why I keep saying that, quirky books that are kind of different. This one has, a little bit of monsters, dimensions, blood, murder stuff. I do recommend it for older, more mature teens. There is some sex in there, so beware. Then I read If I Stay and Before I Fall. If I Stay was by Gail Forman, and Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. And I did read these back to back because I wanted to do a compare and contrast for my blog. There's more books like this coming out if they're not already released, because I got another book for review called Here Lies Bridget, which is kind of the same kind of thing. I haven't read it yet, but I thought I would get a start on some of these books. And anyway, I liked Before I Fall better because I thought it had more things for kids to be discussing and talking about today. It has bullying at school, suicide, drinking, a little bit of drugs, a little bit of sex, things that teenagers should be discussing and thinking about, especially today. If I Stay by Gail Forman was still really, it was a good book, it was a good story. It got you thinking more of, family ties, I think, than more of cultural or just issues. Anyway, okay. And then I read an adult book called Hope Burned. It was by Brent Laporte, or I don't know how to say his name, I'm sorry. And it was kind of a hard read. It was really short, but it was really heavy and depressing. And it was about 3 generations worth of child abuse, grandfather to dad to son. And it was sad, heavy read. I can't say that it's not my type of reading, because I do like a lot of Tori Hayden's books, which deals with that. But it had a weird ending, so I don't know how I really feel about it, because to discuss all of that deep, dark issues and then end it off in that kind of way was like, I don't know. But, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you may want to give it a try. Like I said, it's really short. And that's called Hope Burnt. Then I read Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. And I did a compare and contrast on my blog with Fallen by, I blanked her name. Anyway, so I did enjoy Hush Hush. Good read. Great read. Then I read Dragon Chica by Mei Lee Chai, and I'm sure that I didn't say her name right. I apologize. But I was worried about the heaviness of this book also. Especially during the holidays, I kind of just wanted fun reads. But this one actually, I'm glad that I got a copy for review. And I enjoyed it. It kind of was an educational book for me about culture clashes in America. It's about a young girl. She's half Chinese and half Cambodian. They run a Chinese restaurant with her family in Indiana. And, of course, they're coming from somewhere they don't really speak a lot of English. They are kind of poor. They're just trying to make it. They have their own family problems. They have to deal with school. And, these kinds of things that immigrants and refugees go through, when they come to America and what they deal with. Or I'm sure any other country. So it was kind of a really educational read for me. I didn't find it too heavy. I mean, it overall just a good read. Then I read Unthinkable by Shirley Duke, which I really enjoyed. It was just a crazy short book about a boy, Omar, in high school that has these visions. He types his stories up onto Facebook because he has to get these stories out. Turns out the visions are really happening. They're true stories. Goth girl at school kind of approaches him and says, hey, I know how you can get rid of these visions, but there are consequences. And then I read another book for review called Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I loved it. It's a dystopian novel about a town that decides that love is an unnecessary disease that they have to cure and get rid of. So every year, every teenager, when they turn 18, has to have the procedure done, and they are matched up with a man, and the men get it done too. So they're matched up to marry each other, and if there's any kind of affection or laughing or emotion showed, then, the cops kind of come in and have them go through the procedure again, or kind of just push them out of society. It's kind of an unwanted thing here, and it's crazy good, and I can't wait till it comes out. I'm definitely buying a copy, and I hope it keeps the cover that it has on the ARC, because I think it's beautiful. So, last book I read, I finished off today. It was My Soul to Take by Rachel Vincent, about banshees, and can't wait to get on with this series. It's a whole new concept of crazy paranormal stuff, and I enjoyed it, love it, and her new novel is coming out at the end of this month, My Soul to Still, which is the 4th book in this series. So I am ready to get on to the next one. I hope it's not, I don't think it's the 3rd. I'm pretty sure it's the 4th. So anyway, I'm ready to get on to the next one in the series because I'm so excited to see what happens next. And I will be picking up My Soul to Still as soon as it comes out, which I believe is on the 28th of this month. So just after Christmas. So if you guys got gift cards, you should do what I'm going to do and spend it on books, because books are great. Anyway, Happy reading.